if you look at what happened to Sakala when he came out and just said, I just got told it was bye-bye and that's it, out you go. So I think they were looking for the money for him. He's dug his heels in, he's worked hard, he's trained hard, he's shown the manager in the B squad what I'm going to do for you if you give me half a chance. He's took his wage deduction, well, whatever it was, he got his money off his bonus, which shows you a lot of heart and character in the kid. And then he's churning out a few performances now. And I don't think you, Ian, or Connor can deny the stats he had when the league won before he got majorly injured. So it's nice to see him returning to something like that and seeing passes that are basically weren't really there or getting played before he was getting played himself.
Yeah, and like AJ saying that it was a big night for him. Here's a question then, Connor. Is Hagi worth a contract extension if he keeps up these performances?
Well, listen. I think you still have to improve those areas of the squad if you want to seriously compete and win league titles. But if Hagi continues those types of performances, then yeah, you could extend his contract, give him another year. Keeping a player about like Hagi isn't a bad thing, to be fair, for the club. And I think, Kenny sort of hits the nail on the head when he speaks about the wage reduction that he took. I don't think Hagi got enough credit for taking that wage reduction because he actually didn't have to. He could have happily sat in his backside doing nothing and ran out his contract. We'd have had to have paid him because he had the contract there. So the fact he was prepared to play ball with us and wanted to go on the park, and that's all. I want players who want to be at Rangers and who want to be playing football for us. And clearly, Yanis Hagi does, and he showed that with his performances, and he showed that with his willingness to take wage reductions. And Doreen says in the comments, it's maybe too early to make a full assessment on it. But if he keeps up going as he is, then yeah, keep him in the squad for another year or two. I wouldn't have a major issue with that. I'll put it this way: there's at least a handful of players I'd have out the door before I'd have him out the door.
There are a few, and he did that on purpose. He knew I was drinking, so he's like, I'm going to stop now. But while we're talking about performances, let's have another performance mentioned. That is that of Stephen Robertson, who's gifted one Rangers Rabble membership out tonight. He never fails. Does our Stephen? He always chucks in either at least one gifted membership. He sometimes does more, but it's never expected, but always appreciated that things like that happen. So thank you very much, Stephen, for that. Is Stephen Robinson, is that the one from Australia?
I believe so, yes. I believe he was tuning in live from Sydney, which was a 7 a.m. start, by the way. That's good work. Well, possibly, aye.
Smashing on a Tim Tam, my new favourite biscuit. I found Tim Tams. I'm never going to put them down. Oh, my Lord. But anyway, I'm not going to get onto a biscuit one. That's a random Rabble day. We'll get that at some point. Another performance like Cerny again. Ever since that Leon miss, Kenny, he's turned it on, and you can't knock the lad. Another good performance tonight. He was making things happen. He was trying to set things up. He gets his goal. He's started to have a hell of a season.
Yeah, I do believe that he's becoming reliable and consistent, and that'll kind of spread throughout the team when you've got reliability playing alongside you, when we've not had that for a long time. I think the defence will show you that. They're starting to find a bit of cohesion. I thought Balogun was terrific, but Cerny, just when he goes in those runs, you actually don't know where he's going to go. I like that. I like the fact that he will cut inside or he'll go down the wing. You never got that with the wee man. You never got that. He would never take the players on down the wing. He would always cut back and try and come inside. So I like the fact that Cerny knows that he can go either way. He plays with either foot. But more importantly, he knows where the last pass is or when to make the last pass. So that's important. And yeah, I'm enjoying watching his football. Yep, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Connor, the Charles saying that Dessa suited the sub role. It's how he's played at his previous clubs. Hagi, Inigaman and Cerny are looking different gravy and happy for Danilo. Cerny certainly is beginning to turn it on, and as Kenny said, I think we're going to see more and more out of him as the season goes on, because he has been one of the most consistent despite how bad things might have gotten at times. But he has been one of the most consistent performers of late, ever since that Lyon game.
Yeah, he has been. Particularly probably since the Lyon game. You've got to say, but the thing is, you get nights like tonight, and the whole thing comes together. He, I think, has been one of the few sort of standouts, you'd have to say, more often than not, of recent times when we've had the stickier results, for want of a better term. And so being able to have a night like the night where you're not, because this is the thing as well, you don't want to just rely on a select couple of players playing well for a period of time. For you need the whole thing pushing together and playing at a level. And tonight we got that. And I think he's the kind of player, along with others in that squad, along with a Cerny, as he says there, a Hagi, a Raskin, guys like that. If everybody else in the squad can reach and get to those levels more consistently as well, they'll thrive in that environment. They absolutely will, those kind of players. And I think Cerny, in particular, is a guy who has had some criticism, but in the early part of the season, there was some moments, there was that frustration we've seen in the Lyon game where he did, it looked like the pressure had got to him a bit at Ibrox, but since then that seems to have changed, and his performances have been better. And the thing is, we know he's capable. We know he's got good things in the locker. We've seen a couple of cracking goals for him. I mean, even prior to the Lyon thing, he scores an absolute beauty against Motherwell for his first goal for the club. So he's got quality. You just want to keep seeing it consistently. And I think, as I say, he is somebody that will no doubt be a massive help to have around and playing well if he can keep up the performances. But as I say, you don't want it to just be him. You want a night like tonight more often than not.